Hey, what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video, and we're going to be talking about the L Word Generation Q Season 2, Episode 6. A lot went on. I don't even know where to start, but since I've been waiting for this for so long, I'm going to have to start with Sophie and Finley. I'm about to pass out over here. My dreams have finally come true. And if y'all been watching my videos, you know that I've been rooting for Finley and Sophie from day one. And I'm just so excited. Sophie got up on the stage and started singing to Finley their song Closer by Tegan and Sarah. Sophie was crying and I was over here trying to hold back the tears with Finley. And I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Somebody do this for me. But we had some drama before all of this beautifulness. It started off pretty calm though, because Sophie went over to help Finley put together these cable cords for karaoke night. Sophie was flirting with Finley a little bit. It was kind of awkward. And so Finley went to tell Tess that Sophie is hitting on me. And Tess was like, well, if you don't like it, tell her to stop. So Finley was like, yeah, I'll do that. So she was kind of rehearsing that night how she was going to tell Sophie to leave her alone. And then while she was rehearsing, she was throwing in, you know, I love you and all that kind of stuff. So after she prepared what she was going to say to her, because she didn't really want her to leave her alone, she was going to go up to her and she saw Sophie talking to Dani. And that triggered Finley again. She walked away and started drinking a beer. Sophie saw her, see her talk to Dani, so she went after her. And she let her know that she heard her hooking up with some girl and it was loud. And Finley was like, I'm trying to get over you, but you make it impossible. You ask me to stay, I stay. You tell me you need space, and I give you space. And Sophie's basically like, I'm confused, and I need some time. Finley was like, no. You don't get no more time. I'm tired of waiting. After that conversation, Sophie was talking with Alice and was giving Alice some advice on Tom about not being afraid. And I guess she started hearing herself and was like, hold up now. Let me take my own advice. And I was like, you better tell her then. You better get out there and tell her. And that's when she got up on that stage and started singing that song to Finley. And when she be saying, I won't treat you like you're typical, I believe it with my whole heart. So later that night, they went back home and Finley was saying, is it weird that we're about to hook up in Dani's bed? And Sophie was like, no, it's me and you. And then Sophie apologized to her for not going to Kansas City with her. She said, I wanted to go, but I got scared. And I promised to try to not be so scared. And I was like, oh my God, this is so perfect. And Sophie was like, thank you, God. And I was like, oh my God, same. Every time I see a Kia Soul out on the street, I think of Sophie driving 70 miles, pulling up to go see Dani. Now, every time I hear Closer by Tegan and Sarah, I'm going to think of Sophie up on that stage. And I'm going to think of Finley too. This was a long time coming, but it was worth the wait for me. Y'all let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about Sophie and Finley. I know a lot of y'all don't like it, but I love it. But Dani, when she saw Sophie go on the stage and start singing to Finley, she had to get out of there. She went out of there with the quickness, and Gigi ran right after her. Dani told Gigi, I'm not doing fine. I'm not fine. These are supposed to be my people. But when I walked in the room, it felt like the air got sucked out of it, and I left my purse in there. Gigi was like, I'm going to go in there and get your purse, and we gonna head out. And while they were out, Gigi let Dani know that her feelings for her have changed. She told her before, if they ever change, I'll let you know. And she did. And look, that spoon stuck though. And that eye contact. And Dani's standing there stuck. I'm ready for this action. Let me know how y'all feel about that. And hold up, wait a minute. Dani and Micah slept together? I said, what? Run that back. I rewinded that like 3 times. It took me a long time to watch this episode because I rewinded things multiple times. So it was like almost 2 hours for me. But anyway, Micah told Dani that he slept with Maribel. And she was like, I thought I was special. When she said that, I said, what that mean? And then she was like, was she better than me? And I said, oh. And things were awkward between Micah and Maribel at karaoke night. Micah went up to Maribel and was like, I haven't heard from you. Because we found out that after they hooked up, he hasn't heard from her. And it's been like a week already. Micah was like, do you want to get lunch sometime this week? And she was like, I'm busy with work. And he was like, do you want a drink? And she looked at her drink like, I got one already. And he was like, oh yeah, right, you have one. It was so awkward. But I'm glad he felt uncomfortable because I'm tired of Micah. He has the audacity to tell Finley to be nice to Dani when Dani is the one who's choosing violence. Dani hit Finley in the face and you're telling Finley to be nice to Dani. Dani needs to be nice to Finley, period. But anyway, Maribel told Sophie about her and Micah. So when she was talking to Sophie at the table, she saw Micah talking to this guy, and she was like, I'm about to go over there. So when she went over there, she was like, am I just an experiment to you? You wanted to sleep with me to see how it felt like to sleep with a woman? But no, girl, he already know because he already slept with Dani. But she don't know that yet. He was like, I asked you out and you shot me down. And she was like, basically, this whole boring conversation was like, because I'm bored. The conversation was like, well, I asked you out, but you shot me down. And she was like, I was nervous. I'm human. And then she goes on to say, just because you didn't get clarification, you chose to talk to the hottest guy in here. And then they were like, and then the conversation ended with, this isn't like love and basketball. And I said, huh? And then we see them later on each watching Love and Basketball separately. Oh, God, I'm bored. Next. And then we have Bette and Pippa. Bette was telling Shane and Alice that she doesn't just want to hook up with Pippa. She wants to work with her and that she's everything. And I said, oh my God. It's happening slowly, but it's happening. And that could be perfect because they don't need to rush into anything because this needs to last. She was telling Shane and Alice that she was thinking about leaving early to go to Pippa's students show. And she did. And when she did, Pippa quickly let her know that this is not the time or place to pitch to me again. And Bette was like, I agree, hands up and all. She told her that she just wanted to check out her students' work. And Pippa was like, it's over there. She is not making it easy for Bette at all. But then Pippa turned around later and was like, it's not easy saying no to you. And Bette was like, well, you make it look easy. Pippa said, it would be impossible for me to say no if you offered me something real and concrete. A real opportunity for me to show my work again. I would find that hard to pass up. And Bette was like, duly noted. So I can't wait to see what Bette got up her sleeve for Pippa. And she for sure is going to go over the top of her. Let me know how you feel about Bette and Pippa in the comments. I'm team Bette and Pippa. And I feel like this is about to be on and popping. And I love this little chase that Pippa has Bette on. It's fun to watch. And it was fun watching her on stage with Alice and Shane. Bette has some rhythm. Who would have thought? I'm kidding though, kind of. It was nice seeing her loosen up a little bit. And let's talk about this breakup between her and Gigi. And Bette was so smooth with it. Gigi said, what went so wrong with us? And Bette was like, I think we can both agree that we're not right for each other. I think I need more. And Gigi said, you really think there's someone out there who checks all your boxes? And Bette said, as a matter of fact, I do. Touched her on the shoulder and walked away. And all Gigi could do was turn around and look at her. And Gigi is just so quick to move on. And it makes me wonder if she's using Dani to try to get back at Bette. So let's talk about Shane and Tess. We found out that Shane told Sherry to back off. Shane let Alice and Bette know that Sherry was in town and she stopped by to see her alone, but nothing happened. And Bette was like, well, something must have happened if you brought it up. And then Shane was like, I don't want to talk about it. So she wasn't ready to let them know that she has feelings for Tess. Tess was mad at Shane because she figured that that's the reason why Sherry broke up with her. And Shane wasn't being honest. So Tess left work early. She went home. And then Shane went after her to her house. And even though, I wasn't really feeling Shane and Tess together, this was a cute little moment. And when she got there, Shane let Tess know that she told Sherry to back off and to stop playing footsies with her under the table and touching her knee. And Tess was like, what else? Because I know you told her something else. And Shane was like, I'll tell you that soon. So she's not ready to tell her everything that she told Sherry. And I feel like it was something like, I'm trying to get with Tess, you're in my way, leave. And she left because she didn't really care about Tess the way Shane does. And Tess ended up forgiving her. They were sitting on the front porch for a little bit. So this looks like it's about to be a whole relationship. Am I going to change my feelings on how I feel about Tess and Shane being together? I don't know. Probably not. I'll see. I'll see about that. How y'all feel about Shane and Tess? And now we about to move on to Alice. Alice got her son from Tom. Finally, she been missing Tom, and she sent him a text talking about, but he didn't reply. But it turned out he didn't reply because he was busy. He was in a situation at a wedding. But the whole night, he kept calling her friend and was saying, I can be a good wingman for you. But Alice finally got fed up and was like, I want to dance, and I don't want to dance as friends. Are you down or not? And he was like, yeah, I'm down. And then later that night, they got it in. They hooked up, and I'm like, I hope this isn't too soon. I hope it works out. But I mean, whatever makes Alice happy, I'm here for it. But let me know your thoughts on this episode down in the comments. I have to say that I think that this is my favorite episode so far this season. I even had to put the words on the screen for y'all on this one. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you. And if you made it this far and haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.